Get our man Drapes in here.
Hey.
Kyle Draper, NBC Sports California. Coolest dude in every building. He steps in.
Fact.
Drapes, how you feeling on game day, baby?
I'm feeling good, man. Looking forward for these two against Houston. Here's something I'll bet on, fellas. I guarantee you guys will not be in the building tonight or Friday. You only come out for the Lakers and Warriors.
Wow.
I would love.
That's how you feel? That's how you feel, Drapes?
Wow.
I'm telling you, people at home, you should have saw these two dudes Saturday for the Lakers game. It was like it was the BET Awards out there. They were walking the red carpet and everything. I'm telling you, man. You know it's true. Oh, man.
Hey, man, look, man, I can only come out and play on the weekends, man. You know how it is, man.
I know. It's the Rockets. So, and hey, H-Town used to be the spot too, man. You know, back when they had James Harden and them. Come on, man. But it's a different Rockets team now, no doubt.
Yeah. It's a young team. They're still exciting though. They just, they haven't put it all together, and I think that's the plan. They'll put it together down the road, but they're a team that, and I feel like this is the theme, Drapes, when we talk about, bad teams that the Kings are playing. Don't let them hang around. Like, don't let them build confidence throughout the game. Like, you're going to have to do something, and it's weird to have these expectations for the Kings, but you're going to have to do something that similar to what you did to Orlando, and that's get up and kind of control the game the whole time and don't give them, too much hope in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I agree. And you mentioned something that was key, control the game. And so they got some young boys that can get up and down the floor, that can run. And, they're a team sort of a front runners. That's what young players are, right? When things are going good, shots are falling, then, the 18-point per game guy becomes a 25, 27-point per game guy. And they got a lot of guys like that. This is one of those statement kind of games today and Friday. If you're really about that life, about, being a top 6 team in the Western Conference, especially at home, you got to handle business.
Drapes, I agree 100%, man. I said at the beginning of the week, no disrespect to the Orlando Magic and the Houston Rockets. We just mentioned they've got talent. Both teams have talent. I'm not trying to disparage them at all, but if the Kings are what we hope they are, and that's a true playoff team, I need 3-0 this week. I'm going to get greedy, Drapes, and I know how you are coming from seeing the Celtics and seeing those teams. You understand that if you about that life, like you just said, you handle business against two teams like this at home.
And not only that, you got to handle this because you didn't handle the other games you were supposed to handle, right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You lose to Charlotte and Washington and Atlanta and the Lakers. You didn't handle your business. Now, if you would have won those games, all right, I could see a slip up maybe here or there. But these two games become so critical because you didn't handle business a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Drapes, what did you think about Mike Brown kind of calling out Keegan Murray following that Lakers game, mentioned in the 30 minutes, 0 rebounds? We hadn't seen that a lot. I don't think we've seen that at all from Mike Brown this year.
No, but I love it. And here's why, because he expects, Keegan to not play like a rookie, to play better than what he's playing. And that's the thing. Mike Brown told us a story about, how he sat down with Keegan and asked him, what can you do to help the team outside of scoring? And Keegan's first answer was, well, I can create space. And Mike Brown's like, no, I'm talking about rebounding, defense, set screens, whatever. And so, that's the one thing I mentioned on the post-game show that I thought has been critical. No matter what, Mike Brown has stuck with Keegan Murray. Remember, he had the shooting slump earlier in the season. Mike Brown didn't bench him. Mike Brown didn't sit him down for an extended minutes or anything like that. He stuck with him. And I think this is, Mike Brown's way of trying to motivate him, trying to push him. And Keegan may not see it, but Mike Brown sees it in him, if you know what I mean. Yeah. That Keegan can be a more complete player, a more two-way player than what he's shown this season. I was talking to an assistant coach of another team last week about Mike Brown, and he was telling me, he said, Kyle, whether you're the first guy or the 13th guy on the roster, Mike Brown tries to empower you, tries to give you that confidence. And so I think that's what he was doing with Keegan, trying to say that, you know what, we know you can knock down the threes. Now show me something else.
I like that, Drapes, because I had been questioning as of late. Mike Brown doing just that. I use the same exact words, talk about empowering these guys off the bench. And I was looking specifically at Metu, at Terrence Davis, and at KZ Okpala. And we saw KZ and Metu get that burn, get some push in that game against Orlando. And Metu showed up and got the defensive player of the game and all this other stuff. And for you to say that, other people around the league believe that's what Mike Brown has done, it feels like, after what we saw on Monday, calling out Keegan on Saturday and then having him respond and seeing Metu play, seeing KZ play, that maybe Mike Brown is digging into that bag of trying to get the best out of these guys right now.
Yeah, I think so. And, let's give the players some credit as well, because I'm sure it's tough on them, right? Especially a guy like Metu and Terrence Davis, guys who were in the rotation, then out of the rotation, and now maybe back in the rotation. So the fact that they've stayed ready, not only a credit to them, but also a credit to Mike Brown, because we've seen people, being grumpy on the bench in previous years with their roles and not knowing what they're coming in. I will say, despite Metu and Terrence Davis not playing as much for Rashawn Holmes, I haven't heard an inkling of them being unhappy or causing trouble in the locker room or being a distraction. And when their numbers have been called, they've been able to come out there and perform. And that's a credit to them. But also, I think the coaching staff and Mike Brown as well.
Mike Brown seems like a guy, Drapes, who communicates really well with his players. Like, he's not going to, and Chemezi kind of confirmed this to us, as did Mike, but he's not going to put you on the bench, for 2 weeks, for 4 games, for 5 games, or whatever it is after you've been playing, and not tell you why. Right.
And he tells you what you need to do, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing that I like about Mike Brown also is that, we could say De'Aaron Fox is the best player. He gets on De'Aaron Fox just like he gets on everybody else in practice and in shoot-arounds and in film sessions. And so, a lot of times, the star players, we can see it go sideways because players will be like, I'm making this mistake. But guess what? He's making it too, and coaches have pointed that out. I will say behind the scenes, he's pointing out, the mistakes of everybody. And I think that, has helped him in his relationship with these guys, especially guys that aren't playing. It's kept them buying in that, it's not just me, it's Fox, it's Sabonis also. The stars of the team also are being called out behind the scenes.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, Japes, before you get out of here, Sabonis is just gonna have at the end of the season 60 straight double-doubles. Is that what we're looking at here? He's never not gonna get a double-double again?
It's so funny, man. And I heard you guys the other day talking about, the last game against Orlando in the first quarter, when he had like 9, 5, and 4, something like that, something like that. And I was worried, man. At halftime, he didn't have the double-double yet. And I was like, man, I hope he gets it. And then sure enough, first minute of the third quarter, I think it was, he got that 10th rebound. And it's amazing, man, that this guy makes it look, I know he's working hard, and I know you can see the effort that he's putting out there, but it's like Groundhog Day, mark it down. This dude is going to get a double-double. And, I talked to him yesterday for an episode of King Central, and I asked him, I said, you're the only guy I know that can get a triple-double with scoring, shooting the ball 4 times. And he said, Kyle, I don't care about that. I care about the win. And those double-doubles are helping this team win. And 2 assists shy of a triple-double. I mean, the importance of this dude not only shows in the numbers, but when he's off the floor as well, the team just is not as good, And so he's been a joy, man. It's that trade. I know we love Tyrese. Tyrese is balling out, but it's helped both teams, man.
Yeah. For sure.
I'm still shook. Drapes said looked like the BET Awards.
That was hilarious.
You like that, right?
That was hilarious. Hey, Drapes. Hey, man, next time we see you at the game, man, tell your security detail to let me through, man. He had a couple Broad Street bullies out there that was like, hey, back up. Yeah. Tell him to let me through, man.
Hey, man, you guys are like paparazzi out there taking pictures and tweeting, and I don't allow that, man. So maybe next time.
Drapes, you're on the call tonight, right, Drapes?
Yes, sir.
My man.
Tonight, looking forward to it.
We're locked in, man. We appreciate you as always. Thank you, my man.
All right, fellas. Talk to y'all soon.
Thank you.